as we do a homeschool room tour today. And you will see real life in the background. We're packing for a trip. We just got a new dishwasher. So this is not going to be Pinterest worthy or aesthetically pleasing. This is real life over here. So let's just go ahead and get started. So these are just like the $20 or $30 bookshelves from Target. And I just have 3 stacked together. And so we have our globe here that I believe is supposed to do things, but we got it at the thrift store and we don't have the plug, so we just use it as a regular globe, and I need to fix that. We have our crayons, and here we have scissors. Yes, it's the first week of school and we have already lost several pairs of scissors. We have a hole punch and a stapler. This right here is actually a it's like for your car wash. I got this at the Dollar Tree, and you can stick your hand in it. I don't do that, but it was in like the automotive section, but it is the best eraser for your dry erase board. So our dry erase board's right there, and I can just throw this in the washing machine and it's as good as new. We do have a typical regular eraser. I believe it's down in there. We don't hardly use that one, but it came with our Expo markers kit as well as this stuff. But I will just spray this and then use this to wipe it, and I can put that in the wash. We also have lots of bookmarks here, and let's see, a single hole punch and a random pencil sharpener. And let's see, my kids like to add a little extra decorations for me. We have pencils and colored pencils. They were separated last week and now they're not. We have glue and erasers in here. Glue sticks. Oh, and a staple remover. And then right here we have, these are different Bible verses that have my name in them that a friend got me, and so there's a bunch of them. I'll just switch it out every now and then. It's a sweet little gift. We have our Pledge of Allegiance right here, and this is our sensory bin. It is missing quite a few items that my kids have probably taken to their room, but we love a good sensory toy just to have, you know, something for their hands to do while mom's reading or something. And then we have our paintbrushes. This right here is from IKEA that I bought used from a friend. So I'm not sure what it's called, but I know it's from IKEA, and it's like on this thing on the wall, and I can remove these, which is nice, so I can wash them out. So this one's paintbrushes and like paint sponges. This is like highlighters and expo markers. A big Sharpie that I don't want my kids getting like permanent markers. Here are rulers, protractors. We have our magnifying glasses. Glasses. Multiple magnifying glasses. And then my son's calculator for algebra. And then this is our nature bin. My daughter wrote smiley faces on all the rocks, as you can see, even the tiny, tiny ones. She made little smiley faces to make them happy, and the big one. And then this is really cool. This is like a, I don't even know what you would call this. My husband got this on Temu, I believe. It probably needs to be charged. But you put like a bug or a leaf or anything, I guess like a pocket microscope, but it has this screen and you can take pictures also. It is really cool. We love this thing. My daughter loves it. She's my outdoor girl. So, over here we have, so this is my oldest. This is his shelf with all of his curriculum and his read alouds or his chapter books for the school year. Sorry guys. And all of his curriculum. is in here. We've already started school, so it's not as organized as it was. But this is Mason's shelf. All of his stuff is here. And then we have my middle child, who is in 5th grade. This is his shelf. Just started 5th grade, but this is his shelf with all of his curriculum. And then my daughter has all of her curriculum and all of her little early readers that she's reading. And yeah, all of her stuff. And then moving on down, we've got chapter books. They're not really, there's not like a rhyme or reason to them. They're just miscellaneous books. A lot of them we have read, and we either, if we love it, we keep it to read it again. If we don't love it, we donate it. So if we've read it and it's on the shelf, that means we absolutely loved it. Like The Wild Robot and Holes and just the classic stuff. And we have more chapter books. These are more like early readers. This is our The Good and the Beautiful library. So books from The Good and the Beautiful. These are just some classic books that we have. We utilize our library a ton. And so I really, like, when this starts getting too much, I will just overhaul and get rid of a ton of stuff. And really, we could do away with probably half of these books, but I just love them so much. But we go to our library every week and load up. And so we, you know, a lot of our books come from the library. So this is our science shelf of science books. I do try to keep these in some sort of order, like animals with animals. Let's see, like dinosaurs together. But my kids do have free reign over any of these books. And so sometimes they put them back where they go. Sometimes they don't. That's just the way it is. Let's see. Down here we have our Bible resources, our dictionary, and an Usborne dictionary. These are Bible resources. This is such a good book, y'all. If you've never read it, it's one of my favorites. Different Bible resources. And then we have a drawing pad, drawing notebooks, and nature journals, and poetry and art. This is our safety unit. This is the old one before they started. The Good and the Beautiful used to send science units just kind of like plastic wrapped, not spiral bound with student journals and everything. Let me know if you've been around long enough with The Good and the Beautiful to remember those days where you would just get a science unit and it was just like shrink wrapped and you had to put it in a binder. There were no student journals. You just had to, I don't even remember like if the kids had worksheets. I don't remember, that was so long ago. But we have had this since back then. I'm pretty sure now you would get it spiral bound with the student notebook, just like all the other units. But we do this every few years. I like to just do it again. We actually have it on the schedule to do it in June. So I like to do it. It's just a very short unit. There's not many lessons in there. So we usually can do it in like a month, but I like to do it every now and like every few years just as a refresh. So, and then we have just random little like a maze book to keep them busy. These are like dry erase books. And let's see, it's just random stuff that I'm like, we'll use one day, you know. And then we have some Who Was books, a lot of history. This is all history and geography. So we have a lot of American history and world history. And then we also have some geography resources there. And let's see, over here we have our piano, our keyboard. My son just started piano lessons, and so I had to dig that out of the closet and get that set up for him, but he is loving it. He's doing it every day. He's practicing. And then we have our world map here. that's just a poster and a poster frame, our dry erase board with our countdown to vacation the kids did, and our space poster. The first year, the very first science we ever did with homeschool was space. My kids were really interested in space, and they still are. My daughter did a space puzzle tonight, as you can see, so we're leaving it out so that Daddy can see when he gets home. But we found these, it was like a 4-pack of posters, this one, and 2 more that I don't know what happened to them, but we've had these hanging up since we started homeschooling, and my kids just absolutely love them. I don't love all the information that's on there. If you know, you know. But it's pretty, and my kids like to look at it sometimes, and it adds color to our space. Let's see. Let's start up here. So this is our weekly calendar. This is just like a dry erase thing that I will switch out each week. Up here, we keep our puzzles. We also have like really jumbo puzzles in a bin, not in here because they're huge. But we keep some puzzles up there. And let's see, I'm going to sit to go through our smart cart because it is a lot of stuff. So we upgraded our smart cart to 2 carts this year, and I got this little magnetic thing. I believe I got that from Dollar Tree, maybe, or Target. Dollar Tree, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in it yet, but I thought it was cute. So we have our smart cart here, and let's just start with this one. So the top shelf here is just going to be our Bible resources. Excuse me. And so my kids are going through the Bible recap this year. I'm going through it with them also, but we have some Bible infographics. These are so cute. If you've never looked through these before, these are really, really awesome. And then we have the Bible recap. This is a prayer journal that we just got from our church that we have not started yet. And then we have all of our kids' Bibles. So my oldest, Luke, and then Olivia's Bible. This basket is kind of my mom basket. So I have my Bible, my church journal, and let's see, 31 prayers to pray for your husband, another journal, and then a marriage devotional. So this is not necessarily homeschool, but I do use my Bible with our homeschool, and I also sit here and just roll the cart to do like meal planning, lesson planning, Bible, everything. This is just kind of like my home base for all the stuff I do. And then this is my Erin Condren planner and my giant pen box, which has Papermate Flare pens, which is the best pen. If you know, you know. It's like the only pen that I will use. And then moving down here, we have our Story of the World history. And we have the book, the activity book. And then in the binder, I print out, like I go ahead and make copies of all the coloring pages and maps for the kids. That way I'm not having to do it the day that we're doing the lesson. And over here we have my son's pre-algebra notebook and curriculum that we will use this year, but we have not, this is a 2-book curriculum. So he's in the first book, so the second book is here. This I'm not super sure if we'll use it or not. It's really just if he finishes both of these textbooks, he can read through that. So that's just like supplemental history reading for him. And then this is all like teacher manuals. Let's see if I can get a good. So like answer keys, just, all my teacher manuals, as well as all of my catalogs. So I love these catalogs, guys. Like, I am such a dork. That's from our library. But I love my catalogs, and so I get quite a bit. I think christianbook.com knows how much I love them, and they send me one, I feel like, almost every month. But I only keep like the homeschool books, like homeschool specific ones, but I have one from IEW, I have one from Master Books, I have one from christianbook.com, I think one's from Rainbow Resources, I believe. And I love looking through those. And then we have my son's part 2 piano book. He has not started part 2 yet, but I went ahead and ordered part 2. And then here we have our smart cart kind of layout. And it's kind of like, we don't do all of this every day, especially like the Good and the Beautiful Science unit, which is health this year, and Story of the World History. We won't do both of those in one day. So we'll usually do one or the other, and then we'll try to do everything else on that list, but it's almost like a feast of options. And so this is our read aloud that we're reading this month. And let me know if you've read this before, because I did not realize how old this book was, and my kids find it very funny how much things cost in the book. And how he's allowed to like take the bus into town by himself, and just all kinds of things like payphones, stuff like that. My kids are finding it very funny. They're like, how long ago was that? That he bought that for a nickel, so let me know if y'all read that book before. I had never read it, and so it's new to me also, so it's been fun. This is our family science that we're doing. If you saw my curriculum video, you'll know that we're doing health in the human body and health in the human mind this year, all as a family. And then my 9th grader is doing Apologia Physical Science, so all of his stuff is down here. And that's it for our smart cart. We have a cursive alphabet there, as well as a alphabet banner all the way down and a number line. And I got this one specifically, I got it from Hobby Lobby, but I got it because it had the negative numbers on it, which I loved. This is my daughter's All About Reading, and I have the D has a diaper, B has a belly, little cheat sheet for her because she needs that, and she references it every time. And then the Nature's Workshop box is my oldest son's Apologia Science Lab kit. So it's like all the stuff he needs for science lab. And then here we have our table that we do everything at, but also our puzzle, as well as our library basket. So this is all of our library books, and we keep them in here, and they're not really allowed to take them anywhere else in the house because I don't want to lose them. And so far, 5 years in, we've never lost a library book, but I believe it's because I keep it that way. All right, so moving down here, let's see. We have our sign language chart. We have a nice dead plant that I need to deal with. We do our best. We have this sign that my husband got me, which was really sweet. And this is an empty flashcard box I'm not currently using, but I believe it has the Good and the Beautiful's geography cards in there from when my oldest was doing their level 5 or level 6 language arts. This is, let's see if I can take it down without making a mess. Creation Museum, and from the Ark in Kentucky, that's the signs book from there. This is our prize box, and then this is my teacher stuff, mom stuff that I don't want my kids to get. So like staples, paper clips, stuff like that. Let's see. I have a plant that is alive. Praise God. Our music player. I had a little tiny Jesus here, and my daughter keeps moving it around the house. Our music player, we use this a lot for audiobooks. We'll get books on CD from the library, but we also use it for music. I think we got Moana 2 in there right now. Our clock, yes, it is 8:30 at night. It's like, when do moms get things done at 8:30? Our pencil sharpener. Let's see, we have our tablets, our electronics, and headphones. We have some flashcards in here. I downsized a lot. That's not a flashcard. What is that? A computer mouse. Put that with our electronics. I downsized a ton of our flashcards this year, but I did keep some that I thought were just unique and interesting, and then just like some multiplication for my son. And then we've got math manipulatives here. So we have money and fraction bars, division cards, some more fractions. These are tangrams. So lots of math manipulatives, as well as our learning resources clock, and all of our old math boxes from The Good and the Beautiful. We also have all of our Usborne books here, and we have markers. This is our first year putting markers down there, so that may be a huge mistake. So we'll see. And let's see, what else do we have up here? We have our American flag that we say the pledge to. We have a poster that says, "Think before you say it. Are my words true, helpful, important, necessary, and kind?" And then up here we have, see, I may have to go back around. We have mostly stuff I don't want my kids to get into. Goes up top. So this is like a sand. It's very messy, as you can see, but you put a card in here and then you draw it in the sand. And then we have Melissa and Doug stamps. And then we also have our little Statue of Liberty. Some of our really good friends are traveling, and it has dust on it. Some of our really good friends are traveling all across the U.S. in an RV and doing homeschool, on the road. And so they brought us that, which is really sweet. But that is about it. Let's see. We'll go look at our art and science shelf. But this is our main space where we do homeschool. All right, guys. So this is going to be our miscellaneous science, art, stuff like that. So we'll start down here. We have, this is truly just miscellaneous stuff. I'm not going to take it out. It's like diapers, because the stuff inside of a diaper you can make pretend snow. Like paper that I've cut up that we could do crafts with, stuff like that. We have science kits, a microscope, gravity tracks, and let's see, we have our brain flakes, which my kids absolutely love, and we are doubling our amount of brain flakes because my kids love them so much. We have our bristle blocks or hedgehog blocks, and kinetic sand, stem, which is missing its lid. So I guess I'll show you inside of that. It's like the Connects and Orbeez, because I don't want my kids getting, I hide those because I'm so worried that my kids are gonna get into them. So all of the stuff in here my kids cannot come get without asking. So this is like a straw construction thing. So just random STEM stuff. We have our computer paper here. I am trying out this system this year. So far it's been better than last year, but we'll see. My kids use computer paper literally every day, making books, making games, art projects, everything, and they will just grab a bunch and take it, and then if they put it back, it's not where it goes. But this year has been better. This tray has helped. So same with construction paper. We have tons of construction paper, and we have our Botley little coding robot. If you know what a Botley is, it's super duper cute. We have Play-Doh, paint, and I think it's like all kinds of paint, like washable paint, watercolor, everything. We have miscellaneous art supplies, so this is like fancy pens, oil pastels, stuff like that. We also have 2 boxes of educational games. Let's see, get a little side view. This game is so cute. But they're like, this lid is barely fitting on there. It is like a Tetris game trying to fit them all. I really, like, I either need to downsize or get like a big bin, but I don't want to downsize because they're so fun. Let's see, in here, ooh, it's heavy, is all of our extra school supplies. So it is August when I'm filming this, so we just went shopping. So we have a good bit of stuff right now, but this will definitely get less throughout the year. And then this is all of my, like, this is extra organizational stuff, my laminator paper, lined paper, organizational stuff, extra alphabet banners, project banners, poster, my paper cutter, an extra binder. So this is all stuff for me, and there's really, like, there's just tons of notebooks and stuff. We did just go shopping a couple weeks ago, so it will go down, but a lot of this stuff, it's like my paper cutter and laminator, like stuff I don't want the kids to have access to. So I keep it up here out of place. Clipboards for field trips because I do the field trip coordinating, and yeah, just lots of extra resources, extra supplies, as well as just like mom stuff, like our mom/teacher stuff, our months that I switch out for our dry erase calendar, like just, you know, the most random stuff, but it's got to go somewhere. So we also have encyclopedias, and yes, I know Google exists, but I grew up with encyclopedias. Let me know in the comments, did you grow up with encyclopedias? That's my washing machine making all that racket if you can hear it. But I grew up with encyclopedias. We did not have a computer in our house. Yes, I am that old. And I loved sitting on the floor in the living room and reading an encyclopedia. I know that's weird. I know that's probably nerdy, whatever. But it was just so full of information. I thought it was so fun. So I will make my kids use these sometimes if they're doing a research project or the geography fair, science fair, history fair, like anything like that, that they can just look it up. And we will use the internet, obviously. But I just think that this is such a good resource. A really dear friend of mine gave me this whole set, and she had it for a really long time. Like, this is from the 1900s, y'all. Look at that. I wasn't even born when they started these. I was born here. Oh, wow. Yeah, it ends in 2004, which was 20 years ago. That's crazy. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I can't get rid of them, guys. They're just, I'm like, what if we need them one day? What if the internet crashes and we need an encyclopedia? I don't know. They're just really sweet, and I love them. And I love that you can just be old school and flip through an encyclopedia. Up here, this is a really messy, like, sand sensory bin type of thing from Target. I'm not going to open it. It's my daughter's. Has all kinds of, like, she puts it, this is the brand from Target. She puts, like, sand in here and does all kinds of stuff. It's fun. These are our extra, I'll put it on here, extra science slides for our microscope. Let's our some science journals. I believe that there's like goggles in here. There's also lots of dust in here. Yeah, so extra science resources there. This is a birdhouse that I got at a yard sale that has, like, it goes on the window and you can see. We haven't set it up yet. I think we're going to do a bird unit one day. Not sure when, but I thought if we ever do a bird unit, we could do like the Good and the Beautiful bird watching notebook. We could have this. That would be lots of fun. And then this is just an extra tray that we use. This goes up here. That we can use for, cover that up, sorry. This is just an extra tray that we can use for like sand or anything messy. This is, a spelling little resource that my daughter has, and it's wooden and it's really cute. A friend of ours gave that to us, as well as this is like fractions, measuring, adding, subtracting. It's a cute little wooden resource. We're not like, obviously, plastic. We're not like wooden people, but you know, it's cute. We like it. This is a huge poster that I need to put out somewhere, and we have glue. We have these giant things of glue to make slime. We also have lots of science kits down here. Lots of little, this is like a rock collection, like in the Beautiful rock collection, a squishy human body, just lots of little science kits. And lastly, these are all of my son's Crunch Labs. Last year we started the subscription, and we would just kind of like shove them on the top of the shelf when he was done, and I didn't really know what to do with them. So I got them in a little bin and labeled it, and he will probably run out of room and we'll probably have to get a second one, but that's okay. This is our giant puzzles, and you can see there's a few of them in there. And lastly, we have our Magna-Tiles. We love our Magna-Tiles. That is a giant bin of Magna-Tiles, but we love it. And yeah, so this is our little hallway full of stuff, but you know, you do what you gotta do. I told you this is not gonna be Pinterest worthy, but alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this homeschool tour, give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. It's a free way to support my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye!